Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ziona here, back again with another Warcraft Rumble PvP-oriented video. Today we're going to be going over a deck list. I know what you're thinking. You see, ridiculous CharlgaRazorflank, Pig Girl. This card is trash, Mitch. Well, now you know my name's Mitch. Mitch, Ziona. You said this card was dumpster fire. Well, I've been messing around with it. I'm one of those hipster guys that likes to play a little off the rails, try something different that nobody else is playing, and Charlga is just one of those really bad cards that I can't seem to figure out how she works. And last night I had an epiphany of sorts. I have come to find out a deck that is actually reasonably viable for Charlga. I'm not going to say it's a spectacular deck, but it's certainly good, and it is specific to her, which is very cool. It actually has a benefit from her passive. Weirdly enough, let's discuss that a little bit here. Charlga is a 2-drop, and her little crazy weird thing that she does is she takes the cards in your hand and she makes them all the same cost. This isn't inherently negative, but it's also not a positive. It can have negative effects and positive effects. It's very RNG heavy. It takes the cost... oh, excuse me, sorry. It takes the cost of the current cards in your deck, kind of mixes them around and makes your whole hand for one turn that cost, and then it changes after you play a card to another cost. So if you look, 99% of our deck is 3-drops, aside from Raptors and aside from Charlga herself at 2. That means every card in our hand, when we cycle through our whole hand, is going to cost 1, 2, and 3. But it's going to be random based on what you have and the timing, right? For example, your harpies might cost 1 turn, might cost 2 another turn kind of thing. Well, you might be thinking this is useless, but I've come to find that there is a use for this very strange passive, and that is in the card Raptors. I am going to officially title this deck Raptor Rush. That should give you an idea of how this deck is going to win and its win condition, having only a cost of 2.6, no frontline tank, 0 splash damage. You're like, what is this garbage? But I promise you, it's fantastic. We don't need splash damage. I like this deck a lot. I think in the meta, it might even fall under below average now. But that's to be seen. Let's see how many people end up trying this and finding success with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. My cards are extremely underleveled, but I'm still doing okay with it into real opponents and not robots. So the reason why Raptor is good in this card is Raptor comes out at a 1-drop, and then a 2-drop, and then a 3-drop. You can cast this card. We'll just start the discussion on Raptors. You can cast this card 3 times while it's in your hand. You can make a big ol' swarm of Raptors. Why Charlga is good in this with this deck, and by all means you can run this in something like Hogger, but I actually think it's better on Charlga, ironically. Because of the way that it works with her random assortment of gold costs for your hand, playing 3 Raptors, which will normally cost you 6 gold, you have the actual opportunity to have those 6 cost of Raptors only cost 5 or cost 7. It makes it a really cool, nuanced deck, but you have the opportunity to full Raptor Rush and save yourself a gold, which is really cool because that's what you're going to be cycling to. You're going to be throwing 10 mana into this combo, and we're going to use it with the card Cheat Death. Cheat Death, I haven't found any uses for either. This is a really strange card, but it fits this deck fantastically. What you're going to do is you're going to throw literally all your raptors in one lane all at once. Let your opponent panic drop his cards, and you're just going to cheat death. Your raptors are going to do an absurd amount of damage. They're going to kill all the cards that they drop to try to defend, and more often than not, they're taking a free tower and they're not even dying. Even if your combo comes out to cost 7, cheat death's only 3, so as long as you're sitting on 10 mana when you do it, even 9 and you're going to scale up as you run to tower, you're going to still be able to do this combo, and you have the opportunity to take it at a bonus. Sorry, my cat's bothering me here. Very, very cool concept that I'm saying it. I discovered this. This is cool. This is the de facto Ziona Raptor Rush. You're never going to see it. Maybe you will now, depending. I mean, I don't got a lot of viewers, but maybe a couple of people will see it and want to give it a shot. It's very, very cool. The deck might seem odd, but I don't have a lot of the talents right now. But I do have the mandatory talent in strength and numbers for Raptors. I just managed to get this a day or two ago. For every Raptor, you're going to do bonus damage, giving you like 50%, 60%, whatever it is, how many Raptors, extra damage on your Raptors, which is hilarious. So you're going to just shred stuff. Even if they drop an abomination on your Raptors, you can just still kill them. Mine are a little over leveled, but that's okay. Like, you're still going to get the concept. Thank goodness I have the passive for it. It's going to be great. Charlga is used on defense, as well as down the road, we're going to get her to unbound if we can. If we can unbound Charlga, that means we can drop her on towers. We can stop the towers from shooting our Raptor army, making it literally almost a guaranteed win. There's nothing that they can do against that many Raptors who are quite literally invincible with a tower that can't even shoot. It's actually a very, very cool deck. I'm having fun with it. We're taking Prowler because he's almost like a tank, but does exceptional DPS. He has very, very high base health, one of the best units the Beast has. And down the road, we're going to be aiming for the Pack Leader, which is going to give our Raptors even more damage, 30% in fact. As you can see, our deck runs like 5 different Beast cards, which are all going to scale with his passive. Very cool. Defensively, we're using Charlga to keep things from rushing our tower. It's going to root them in place as well. And on top of that, we've got Polymorph to just turn things into useless mush and just obliterate them with our Raptor army, which we're kind of going to cycle to. It's a simple concept. It's extremely difficult in practice. We've got our Harpies here, which is the stock standard deal with flying threats, on top of the fact that they're going to be polymorphed, so they're going to shred. So she's more of a defensive unit, but can be used aggressively if need be. Probably want to get the gold talent on her down the road, because sometimes it's hard to get her minor in mid. This deck plays off of the element of surprise and counterplay. You're basically going to prefer your opponent to push his push into your tower, defend it, and then counter push either opposite lane or same lane with Raptors with the cheat death. Polymorph is just great for a 3 cost. It's just going to give you positive trades. It's going to help you shred those tanks, because we don't realistically have a way of killing tanks. We don't have any elemental damage, so Polymorph is mandatory. You might be wondering why Worgen's in here and not Null or something like that. Worgen is simply to get rid of splash cards, because obviously if they're going to kill our Raptors, we're in trouble. That is the entirety of the deck. This will take care of those pesky range cards, because the issue is you kind of want to use cheat death early-ish. You don't want to use it too early that you don't get enough bonus out of your Raptors, since you're throwing 10 mana down a lane or 10 gold. But you do want to not get one shot the second they throw out a Flame Waker. And that's what this is for. So it's The deck is actually extremely hard to play. It is very high skill cap, ironically, considering it sounds simple. I think you guys are going to have a blast with this deck. I've been playing it. I'm really happy I found some way to get used to this stupid pig lady. And on defense, she's pretty good. Like, she kills tanks, right? She's got that percent health scaling DPS, little slurpy slurp drain life. She stops charges and stuff. So, very cool all around deck. This is Raptor Rush. Let's jump into some PvP and show you more or less how it works. Hopefully, I don't find a crazy over-leveled opponent like I've been getting lately, because I'm up in like Plat 1 and I keep getting guys with like level 8 cards. I'm like, I don't stand a chance. So here we go. Game number 1. We're looking at a real player, no robots. So let's see if we can take out a Grom. Grom is a pretty middle-of-the-pack deck. It's getting a lot better. We use our Prowler mostly to take these chests. And right now, I'm just slow pushing. Looks like his cards are level 6. We are going to struggle here, ladies and gentlemen. But that is okay. Such is life. We are going to polymorph. And we're going to put down our little birds. You see that? Positive trade already. I know everything's costing weird manas. Don't even worry about it. All you're going to really want to worry about for costs, you're just playing all your cards, no matter what they cost. It doesn't matter. The only one you got to really be watching is when your Raptors are at 1 HP, and we'll show you exactly why. So here we go. Or sorry, at 1 gold. So let's throw them out and let's see what kind of cost we get for all of these. Look at that. Boom. 5 gold for all of those. We're going to cheat death them. We're going to defend this. And look at this. There's nothing they can do. They're invincible. Boom. Tower down. Look at that, boys. Another thing is, when they try to counter to get the tower back, we can actually just throw down our, what do you call them? Our little unbound Worgen to stop them from getting towers back, because your Raptors are going to die. But this is a cool deck. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. Let's get a Worgen down. This guy's cards are quite high level. It's going to be a little tough for us. But it's a good... I'm almost glad that the opponent is a stronger opponent, to show you that this deck is actually pretty viable. And I'm just as shocked as you guys are. There's very little somebody can do against something like this. So here we go. Here's our push. We're a little shy on mana right now. We're going to let him take 1 hit. We're going to cheat death him. That's game. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, not quite game. Not quite game. That's too funny. Not a worry. We've got our unbound card for that exact reason. So there's the deck so far. There is something I do want to discuss before I get into a second game here. I will run a second one. We are... Oh, actually, never mind. You know what? I already mentioned it. We are going to take a pack leader on that little Prowler there. I forgot I mentioned it. That's what I was going to talk about, but whatever. I already mentioned it, I guess. I forgot. So let's jump into another game. It looks like another real player. No robots for you guys. So, you know, we can see the genuine viability of the deck. He looks like he's actually a little under level compared to us. So, hopefully an easy win. So yeah, the cool thing is we're literally just going to ignore the cost of our cards, except for Raptors. Let's see what we do here. We unfortunately don't have Polymorph, but it looks like we're doing good. Let's Polymorph that just to make it squishy. It's looking sharp so far, guys. Not bad at all. Let's get rid of this Cairn because he's a pain. What's he got here? Okay. Nothing crazy. Let's get our miner out. We like to play it nice and slow at the start. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. Nice and slow, because we don't want to give away how we're going to beat them. But you need it to be a surprise, right? Like, let them think you're on the ropes, you know? And then when they do something stupid like drop harpies in the lane, boom, here we go. Here come the Raptors. We get one hit. Oh, they didn't even get one. We'll let it take another one. I don't even have to cheat death. Here we go. We're pushing. We're pushing. We cheat death. Look at this. Absolutely ridiculous monstrosity of a deck. Poor guy. Poor guy doesn't even know what to do. It's crazy, right? It's kind of cool. I'm really liking the deck. I hope you guys try this out. This is actually... I'm so thrilled that we found a deck for this. Stupid pig lady. You have no idea how long I've been trying to build something viable on this chick. It's been an eternity. An eternity. I think that's more or less the whole deck, guys. Like here's the deck list again. You know, I'm gonna go put it on off GG for all the people to really enjoy and stuff. It's very cheap, really fast cycle deck. Do remember, it is 100% necessary for you to have strength in numbers. Maybe not at the start. If you're like a really, really new beginner player, you can probably get away with not having strength in numbers. But getting like an extra 70% damage on this card is hilarious. The first things you're gonna want to go for building this deck is strength in numbers and leader of the pack, or whatever it's called. And then eventually we're going to get Unbound on Charlga. Really cool deck. Really, really fun. I think, honestly, some people could probably make a killing on this deck. I'm not really one for like all-in face decks and stuff like this. And this deck does take a reasonable amount of skill to play. Because one mistake and you are out 10 gold. And your opponent you're never going to come back from that. So... you know, very unforgiving deck. You can't mess up. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is Charlga Raptor Rush, the new deck for this stupid character that's actually pretty cool. I'm glad we got her going. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in, for watching another deck list. I'm hoping tomorrow to get out the Beast Faction mini and talent discussion, so that maybe you'll be looking forward to another video not too soon after this one. Thanks again for watching, guys. Always a pleasure. Hopefully this helped and was informative. Go push that elo, get those trophies with this crazy cool new deck, and keep on rumbling.